insane.
Yeah, I mean, so Akola not at this tournament today, but yeah, it's crazy the set records that some of the other like ranks 2 through 3 have on Akola. And in terms of global rankings, this has been the closest we've ever had in terms of just ranks 1 through 4. The top 4 very, very close knit together. And if all 4 of them are in attendance, you really don't know who is going to take the tournament. But I'll tell you what, if Sonic makes it to Mia or Akola, it's usually in his favor by a long shot. And of the other top 4, Spargo's the one that he really has to worry about. And all the data says that too, right?
No doubt about that, man. If Sonix is able to get past Zomba here.
Zomba been playing crazy clean, man. I know on the Lights Out he was his predictions are kind of coming true right now. What's going on?
He had a lot of predictions, man, and I'll tell you what, a lot of them have actually come to pass, most notably Cosmos getting 65th. But besides that, his opportunity to, at the very least, finish runner-up like he predicted could very well happen if he's able to get past Sonix.
It was so funny. He had 2 different bracket predictions.
Yeah.
One of them involved him getting first place, and the other one involved him getting second place. I just thought that was very hilarious.
Confident young man, and for good reason. I mean, he went through a challenge to get here. Think about that, having to beat Gluto and Tweak just to qualify for top 8. That is a challenge in and of itself. So
Zomba has had Tweak's number for, like you said, the past 3 sets.
Yeah,
it feels like.
It's pretty one-sided.
Very solid 3-0 coming out from Zomba. Game 3 looked a bit more competitive. And it's doable, but games 1 and 2 was so
It's interesting, too, because it doesn't seem like Tweak has a Rob problem, more so a Zomba problem. You know what I mean? So that is the difference right there. Well, let's see if Sonix is going to have a little bit of a Zomba problem as well. Last time they faced off, was it Gamo, right? I think I remember it was Gamo. Yeah, and I think Sonix kind of destroyed him, so yeah.
Yeah, 3-0.
So Zomba going to have to really bring a lot to the table. I got to imagine it's going to be a little bit of a slower paced match, but for good reason, can't leave too much to chance and put any free damage out on the table.
And obviously both these characters are very meta relevant, and especially during the era of Wi-Fi, which was Sonix and Spargo's come up essentially. This matchup was very popular on Wi-Fi.
Oh, big time.
A lot of Rob players, and then obviously Sonix was always on the grind at these Wi-Fi tournaments. So both these players very, very studied for this matchup, and Rob can be a little troublesome to Sonic in a sense where you can at least throw out the gyro and kind of force Sonic to play around the gyro. It's just some kind of grounded trap that you can't just spin in, or you can spin into, but it's just something like a hydrant, but not as crazy.
Yeah. Being able to be an absolute grinder, it gets you a long way in this game. And I'll tell you what, Wi-Fi, it's not a perfect tool, but it's one that a lot of people should be utilizing. I mean, you see what it's done for somebody like Sonix, who right now on the hunt, trying to get this first stock off, hawking Zomba down, and that's going to be an easy conversion. I mean, just straight up bread and butter those percents for Sonic.
Yeah, and in those situations, I don't know if Zomba was DIing out on that spin charge, but it's just crazy because Zomba got hit at the center of the stage, and that's why that confirm is just one of the most strongest confirms in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Right.
You see all those different multi-hits just kind of dragging Zomba closer and closer to the blast zone until that fair just connects right off stage there. Was able to seal the stock against Rob at 127. Rob on the heavier side, so very impressive. And, I mean, Sonic's always going to have those confirms on deck, but the shield pressure, the back air trying to connect through the homing attack, but striking first is Sonix.
All right, striking first, striking hard, striking fast, and this lead continuing to bloom and blossom for Sonix. Keeping Zomba on his toes, trying to struggle, get in there, but I mean, anytime Zomba tries to get a little offense cooking, it just gets completely reversed from Sonix.
There's the forward smash, the up throw. Is it going to be enough on the platform? Absolutely. Sonic, a character that really the only downside is going to be that weight on the lighter side here, but might be light, but he's pretty hard to catch.
Ooh. See some gyro shenanigans, maybe kind of help chip into this lead, but that's the thing about Sonix, man. He is smart enough to know when it's time to engage and when it's time to disengage, and get a lot of flack for being campy or whatnot. But when this guy decides to attack, when he decides to be an offensive threat, Chuck, it is a really big freaking deal.
Oh, I mean, that's why Sonic is such a crazy character in this metagame, right? I mean, not only do you have one of the best neutrals in the entire game with all the different spin moves and just your speed alone, but on top of that, when this character hits you, it hurts, and one of the best edge guarding characters as well. We've seen Sonix go for the most insane offstage plays just because the tools are just in his hand, at his disposal, and on top of that, another well-studied student of the game. So a lot of hard practice going into this just to make sure all the consistency is there on the offense.
No doubt about that, man, but some consistency starting to show for Zomba. He has quietly brought this match back to a very respectable, even 2 stocks, both of them in it to those triple digits, which means the right read at the right time. Zomba could definitely take this lead back. And speaking of which, Charles, right on cue, like I'm talking right into his ear,
Man, and Zomba just doing an incredible job slowing things down to a complete, not even crawl, but a halt there. And 167, and I've heard so many top players say this, but sometimes it can be so hard to get that stock off of Zomba, man. And again, we've also recently seen players really figure out that when Rob goes into the up special and lands with an arrow, your arrow actually has plus frames, or like it's safer, right?
Yeah.
Up B into Nair, up B into any kind of aerial. Now that the Rob players know that, we're going to see a lot more of that kind of stuff coming out from Zomba.
All right, final stocks right now. Oh, okay. Sonix said, I'm trying to get a little cheeky right now.
Great recovery, utilizing that double jump, canceling out the up B and then sinking down, double jump, directional air dodge. There's the up tilt, up air, even more damage here. And if you're Sonix, sweating here, gotta angle the laser down. Great cross up with that up air, very safe on block here. And there's the spin move into the homing attack. Cross up. No, the air dodge comes out, but look at the frame trap.
Yeah. Oh, no shot. Okay. It was by design. On that one. Juking us out a little bit. The back air. Oh my goodness. Sonix raising his eyebrows. He cannot believe that Zomba, slow and steady, gonna win that race as he steals that game number 1 back from Sonix. I mean, you look at the way Sonix exploded in the opening stock. It was like, okay, well, kind of see where this is heading, but Zomba decided, you know what? Time to rewrite this chapter a little bit.
Yeah, that Zomba coming through clutch, and I mean, that move is just so strong. It's so powerful. It's really active. It's a great move for ledge trapping, and of course, kind of similar to Corrin where it pushes you a little bit forward so you can drift back to that roll area, play it a little bit more safe here, and Zomba just knows when and where to place those back airs. I mean, that's why the stats are always so much in his favor. Man, that was kind of crazy too. After that game number 1, Sonix, no eye contact, just waved the finger in the air, man. Run it back.
He says, I don't look at my opponents, I destroy them. Well, you might want to look at that screen a little tighter, Jim. You just lost game 1. I'm going to keep it real.
He's giving it a buck.
There we go. Back to stadium we go. Sonix hoping to probably at least repeat the start that he had to that previous match with a quick little accumulation of damage. But Zomba coming into this one with the game lead, and assuredly a good amount of confidence too. That was a really impressive comeback he just delivered.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, something about that second stock, Zomba just locked it down and was like, actually, I'm not going to lose my stock for another 2 minutes or so, and you're just going to have to hold that.
Yeah, Zomba is one of the harder players to really kind of get that stock off sometimes when you need to do it. Just so good on the defensive end when the time calls for it.
Okay, like that, going into the spin charge, but reacting there. Look at all this damage off the spring, going for the forward smash. I like that, taking bigger risks in the back air to catch the ledge jump. It's Sonix once again taking this lead, but you can't count Zomba out because we saw what happened that game 1. Very similar start.
100%, he knows just that. Let's go.
Ooh, there's the get-up attack.
I will say, to Sonic's credit, seldomly does he let the same thing happen twice, especially like twice in a row, right? So if he finds himself in a position like this where he has a tremendous lead, it's going to be that much more difficult for Zomba to break through.
Yeah, and I mean, Sonix is so good at switching gears. Obviously, if you're playing Sonic the Hedgehog, you are going to have some defensive play in specific matches, but I think what really sets Sonix apart from the other Sonic players is the ability to switch gears, right? And since his offense is by far the most threatful of all the Sonic players, when he does switch gears, it's a big deal.
Come on now.
You take a lot of damage, you can lose a lot of stocks here, and just like that, we see this offense coming through, trying to go for the forward air with the spin charge, directional air dodge back on the stage. So also you get your ledge trap, you get your corner situation. So this is why Sonic is so proficient, but the back air stuffing everything out. It's 2 stocks apiece. All right,
it's looking pretty good at the moment for Sonic still, but we know what Zomba did in that previous game. You can never count him out. Percents be damned. If those stocks are even, it is still anybody's game. As he has proven time and time again, nice utilization of the gyro. I was trying to fall right back into it, kind of baiting Sonix to start striking first. And look at that, already, Chuck, 51%.
Okay. Oh, there's the trip, the dash, the gyro up air. No way. Are you going to keep it going?
Bro, it's like an all-star game. He's alley-ooping with himself.
Dang. Really, the gyro play. I mean, we don't see too many of the 0 to deaths. Oh, but there's the down tilt. Yeah, at certain characters, at certain percents, you can go ahead and get that without getting the tumble. The backer, the air dodge, really coming through there. But the next air dodge gets caught, and Zomba, second stock Zomba? What's going on?
Man, second stock Zomba. We're seeing a new legend unfold right here on the Genesis 10 stage.
Fading back here and right to the ledge. I couldn't even see the damn thing. Camera was so high, Zomba, the accuracy coming out.
I'd imagine he was counting on the same thing down below.
Okay, we're going real high up, drifting back with the neutral air here. Just covering yourself with the hitbox. I mean, something so good that you get when you play Rob, the double parry on these projectiles.
And Sonix was doing a pretty good job trying to patrol that landing space that Zomba was going to occupy, but it does not amount to much. Able to just sneak by.
And in all these lasers, this percentage really adding up, and we've seen Zomba really get these KOs that are, oh, that's going to be it. Yeah, 176%. Getting so much mileage from that stock of Zomba, but only dealing 26. It was kind of like the equalizer, essentially, from that early lead.
Ooh.
Oh, this is damage. Oh, missing the back air. Very uncharacteristic coming out from Sonix. Maybe the nerves coming through.
That was huge, in fact. Final stocks right now. And honestly, despite how patient I feel like a lot of they've played, there's still plenty of time on that clock, just at the 3-minute mark. So forget about your timeouts on at this one. Somebody's going to win that with a good old-fashioned KO. The question, though, who is going to get there?
Oh, I like the directional air dodge bat. Zomba completely resetting the situation, trying to set up, and wow, punishing the forward tilt to grab the gyro there. Zomba so on point and just very aware and being in the right position at the right time. Okay, fading back here.
Yep, got to. Oh, no, trying to catch Zomba. Maybe retreating, but not giving it up. Nice.
A little hop with the gyro coming through. And very, very close, but it's Zomba with the lead. Zomba knows, doesn't really have to do anything too crazy. Sonix is already sitting at 98%.
Yeah, you really got to just account for the fact that Sonix, he has no choice. He's going to have to approach. However, you got to remember, when he does, some good damage can't follow off of that. He's definitely closing this gap.
95% already. The homing attack really going to cost Sonix so much. Oh, man. Okay, so both players back on the stage here with the reset. But, oh, getting buried.
Called him out. Called him out. Give an assist to the gyro, too, Charles, for putting him in that position as Zomba, again, clutches it out.
Wow. And just the tiniest of gyro hits, and Zomba able to capitalize for the entire game. Zomba is up 2-0 versus Sonic, one of the favorites to win this entire tournament. This is insane, and it's crazy because you see Zomba punishing so much. These little tiny mistakes.
Look at him. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Oh, Zomba wants to talk to the crowd a little bit.
Look at this guy. Feeling himself, bro. If feeling himself was a person, you're looking at him.
Zomba loves looking at the crowd and smiling.
That he does, man. He is a showman of the highest order, and I do appreciate that. And he has certainly showed up in this top 8, now leading 2-0 against, as you said, Charles, one of the absolute favorites to take this entire bracket, Sonix.
Yeah, and I mean, it was that ending part of Game 2 was so unfortunate. We had the input error of Sonix with the homing attack that was, you know, not in range. So went very far away and was able to get back on the stage, but you lost your entire advantage state, right?
Nah, did you see that?
What?
He just took a selfie. He just took a selfie, and I swear Sonix was in the background.
Dang, man.
Zomba.
Didn't even ask Sonix to look up?
Zomba, if you lose this set, I don't even know what to say.
Dang, I kind of need to see this reverse 3-0. Hold up.
My man is going out here with
Did he tweet it? Hold up. Let's check the presses.
This is the WWE theatrics right now.
Let's check the presses, chat.
That's crazy, bro. That's actually crazy.
There's no way he tweeted it, right?
I don't know if he tweeted it, man, but he took it. Credits to Sonix, man. One thing I've noticed about Sonix, he is he's not feeding into it, right? He's not really showing too much emotion. Obviously, I'm sure he's frustrated that he lost, but he's not showing too much emotion. He's not trying to give Zomba any inkling, you know, indication that he's feeling a little tight about it, feeling a little annoyed.
Yeah, I feel like...
Which is the proper thing, because Zomba will feed off of that, right?
Zomba's singing along with the Sonic music, you know?
Come on now.
Good time.
He's here, man.
This is like the perfect personification of being up 2-0 in a set. Taking the selfie, waving to the crowd.
That's what it is.
Singing along with the music. Everything's going great.
Singing along and having a good time. Well, we'll see. Until game number 3 roared its head. All right, well, here we go. I think a little bit of a color swap, too, on that Sonic, if I'm not mistaken. He's using the more neutral color as opposed to the darker pattern.
Yeah, it's like the light blue rings. Not the default color, but still a pretty cool Sonic color.
It is a cool color. It looks good.
He's got a cool color palette.
Let's see if the gameplay can complement it, because he needs to pick it up big time, or else he is in danger of really letting Zomba 3-0 him right into that loser side.
And again, I love these homing attack mix-ups, but how is Sonix really going to seal the deal on these stocks? We saw the spin charge into the forward air, but Zomba is doing such a great job of avoiding that Gale confirm.
Yeah. This music is so perfect. So perfect for the situation that...
Zomba just singing along.
Exactly, bro. So perfect for the situation that Sonix finds himself in. Okay, gonna whiff off that grab. Nice punish from Sonix. Gyro in hand. Let's see what we make out of it. Not in too big of a hurry to get it out. Oh, thought he was gonna catch him, maybe rolling away. Forward smash was waiting, but Zomba not in position.
Okay, the gyro is in hand, but it was able to drop it for that up air. Okay, really high recovery here. Is Sonix gonna try to go for the chase down? No, just prioritize that ledge trap, but Zomba fighting back with the gyro. Oh, down to the tech chase, and
nice.
Oh my goodness. It's so hard to know when you're gonna go into a tech chase scenario because the down tilt before that didn't send them into tumble.
It's just so good, man. Rob just so, it's a Swiss Army knife of a character, man. So many options to just take you out. Zomba, great utilization, and here we go. Look at this lead starting to explode. I mean, this is a lot of damage for Sonix to be taken while Zomba's chilling at a cool 160. Not even worried about nothing right now.
Okay, charging it up, and man, their last set in 2023, it was Sonix with the dominating 3-0, but are we gonna see it turn the exact opposite here for Genesis 10?
Yeah, this is looking like a complete 180 from that last meeting, and you can tell Zomba did not come into this ill-prepared.
I love the backer and essentially landing behind the gyro, right? Using that gyro as the last line of defense. We saw that a lot with all the different items we saw earlier in the top 8, especially with the either hydrant or the banana, right? Utilizing your items not only for offense, but fading back into it for the defense as well.
Dude, this is actually insane. Like, this is like a complete one-sided slaughter at the moment. Like, obviously, if Sonix is able to take the stock, it could be a different story, but he, in fact, loses one. And I don't think anybody had this on their bingo cards that Zomba would, I mean, sure, you might think he can win, but to do it in this dominating fashion, I mean, this is insane. Okay, all right, a much-needed back air. We got to quell some of that momentum. We got to do something, settle them down, quiet the crowd, anything, but you are still trailing a considerable amount, my guy.
I mean, the only one that called it out was Zomba on the podcast, right?
he knew something we didn't, man.
Man, I mean, an incredible lead here, and it felt like Zomba kind of activating that second stock Zomba a little bit earlier, getting to, again, that really, really high percent. And we always talk about Sonix's offense and, you know, how strong Sonix is off stage, but Zomba has been getting away with living to absurdly high percent.
It's crazy too, Charles. It's like that offense that we touched on. It's been almost essentially rendered null and void right now. It's just not having any kind of impact. He's getting some straight hits here or there, but when it comes to the combo hits, it's Zomba who's really getting the most. Look at that, picking him up a spring, just a last gasp, just trying to keep this stock alive. Doesn't want to put himself in a position where it could be threatened. Oh no, I love that from Zomba. He didn't pick a defensive, I just swung out of it. Goodness.
Ooh, this time reacting to the tumble is Sonix. And again, another thing you can do is DI up. Okay, there's the combos there. Oh, nice. The back air.
That was brilliant, Sonix. That was brilliant. Let him know, even at a deficit, you still got some life here. 130 though, after the hit.
The air dodge.
The time in there. A grab, man. A grab could really end this whole set. But an up smash will do the same damn thing.
And just like that, Zomba catching the roll with the up smash, of course. Not one, but both sides getting covered, and Sonix is going to be taken down to the loser's bracket.
I mean, and it was not even close. I mean, past games 1 and 2, it was convincing that Zomba would not be denied. And it's kind of crazy to say that throughout this top 8, it's the match that featured Sonic that was the fastest to finish.
That is very ironic.
Who the hell saw that coming?
Yeah, not me. And
not I mean, sir.
In a 3-0 fashion, this is so insane. And it's Zomba, the one who loses no stocks. I mean, that's got to be your new title, because Zomba can just seem like he can lock it down, and then you just can't take the stock. He gets the 180, he gets the 200%, and what do you do? I mean, you just don't have a lot of options. You can't take the stock, and then Rob eventually will tack on the damage, and it becomes so taxing.
It really does, man. I mean, there's a lot of different ways that set could have gone. it ending in a 3-0 in favor of Zomba and in a dominant game 3 at that was not what I had pegged, and I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. As we take a look back, you see right there how Sonix didn't even look at Zomba after that first game, just said, let's run it right back. A little bit more of the same. Unfortunately, it was the same in the case of Zomba, who just delivered those hands.
Yeah, and man, Zomba getting pumped. He like kind of did a little pop off and like looked at Sonix.
I'm mad that they don't have I'm mad they don't have after game 2 him taking the selfie. I'm mad that did not make it into the replays. It absolutely should have, but the pop off for good reason is essential. And that young man, incredibly impressive. Charles, he's in winners finals at Genesis 10.
Winners finals
Wow.
at Genesis 10, and Zomba really turning so many heads right now. And I mean, honestly, kind of bodying. Now, this is the second top 4 seed he's 3-0'd.
Yeah.
He 3-0 Tweak
It did.
in winners.
It did.
Which was the top 4th seed of this tournament was Tweak. Sonix, definitely, I don't know exactly the seed for Sonix, but
Yeah.
one of the top 4 seeds of this tournament for sure. 3-0 on Sonix.
I mean,
is there someone that can stop this man?
Something tells me that Zomba was not too happy about that rank 15th placement that he received on the Luby ranking.
Yeah, it was a little...
You know, like, I don't know. You know.
Hey, man, it's all of 2023. What can you do?
I guess so. Well, it's definitely a new year, new him, and a new champion that will be crowned here at